Imagine that you have a horse that runs towards you when he sees you, that is happy to bark for you while mounting, that is totally relaxed in every question and in every way of riding with him. My name is Castelot Kemio, and this is our first training together. Enjoy!
Mijn mes bakje niet nemen. C'est la vie. Ja, het ligt hier en daar.
There is no tricks. There is no special equipment that we use. There's no special exercise that we apply. There's absolutely not a trained behavior with this horse. This is Igor, and Igor's first training in a round pen in Liberty. Igor, as you see, is quite defensive. He's doing it not for the human. And when we started out, he was quite telling me that you should go, or I should go out of his space. That I should try to listen to him, that he didn't want it to be with humans. So I expected nothing. I expected nothing from him except for try. So every time Igor tried, every time he tries, I tell him that it is fine. And tell him that he is the best horse in the world. As you see here, you can come to me when you try. Then in training, when he is telling me that he tried, every time he tried a little bit, he went back off again, because he's absolutely not certain of what he's doing. He also doesn't have the confidence in the human yet. So, here again, if Igor tries, I let him go. I let him rest. I let him go. And why do I let him go? Because I don't expect him to be pet. I don't expect him to get a reward. I just let him be. I let him think about the fact that a human is good for him. So every time he runs off, I don't apply any pressure. I just let him run. And then I ask him the question again. Would you mind to come in for me? Would you mind to do something with me? If he says, yes, I do mind, I let him go again. If he says, oh yes, I would love to be with you and do something with you, but I don't understand you yet, I don't understand your body language yet, even if it feels very similar and very easy for me to understand, just let me try to trust you, because it is so difficult. Every time I worked with a horse in the past, even if I'm living in the now, right now, something learned me, my learned behavior learned me, that humans did things not for me, but with me. And it didn't always feel comfortable. So let me try now to feel that you might give me some confidence. So there, Igor, as you see, every time he twitches his ears, he looks not straight to me. He tries. So I let him try. And then I ask him a question again. So there, Oke and Odile were joining us. They were having some good time, which is quite funny. If you do a lot of groundwork, horses all of a sudden want to be with you, even when you're working other horses. And it gives them an energy, I think, of silence and of rest. So it's amazing to see if I'm playing with one or two, that the others just come and stand by us and just want to be with us. And they, or they have some TV time then, or they just want to be with us. I don't know. I keep it positive, and I try to think positive about it. So we're back on Igor. Igor is trying here really hard. So I tried to ask him there if he is okay with me to pet him on the neck. Because in the session, he showed me really hard that when I tried to pet his head, that he didn't wanted it. That the feeling of the hand was something that is not positive for him on his head. And then from the heading on to his, and then we have Estriado as well who passed by. So then when you have his hand, or I had his hand on his neck, and we went through to his back and his butt, I felt also that there was a lot of tension in his back, and that I needed to also let him feel that the whips that I'm working with, which is a Pirelli Natural Horsemanship carrot stick and a driving stick, which is a little bit lighter and from carbonite, I showed him that these tools are just an extension of my arm and that they are absolutely nothing to fear about. So every time I went there with my hand and a little bit with my stick, he showed me that I'm not okay with it. And it was fine for me. So I let him, just as before, I just let him be. And I asked again, can I show you that the sticks in my hand are just an extension of my arm, and that you're fine with it, and that you can be fine with it? And when, after a few seconds and after a few asks, he just said yes. And then again, I told him, you're absolutely amazing. So as you see here, I am asking him to look at me with his two eyes and to hind his hind end. So it's a kind of game of hind your hiney, stay with me. If you can stay with me, then you can stay maybe on my shoulder. If you can stay with me with your two eyes, you can maybe stay with me on the other side, because it's just like you and I. We have a good side and we have a side that is not so well trained, or that we don't really pay attention onto. No one ever says, hey, that surfer, he has great control over that wave. No, they say, that surfer is able to work that wave. He's able to flow with that wave and just get along with it. And it's the same with our horses. Get in the flow, be happy, and enjoy.